You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. This is the podcast where we equip church leaders like you with the knowledge and confidence to protect your people, your ministries, and your mission. A few days ago, I was working on content for our website and noticed something strange. I did a quick Google search on church insurance to see what other businesses were saying about a particular topic. Something caught my eye very quickly. An out-of-state agency had copied our content, our words, our tone, even some of our exact phrasing. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but this just didn't feel right to this Texan. Upon investigation, it didn't take long to figure out this copycat is based in California. Now, we don't mind a little competition, but this isn't just a case of someone selling insurance. This is someone trying to sell Texas church insurance without having ever sat in a Texas church pew and thinking they can just copy someone else's words and ideas. There is something special that comes from discussing church problems under the shade tree outside the sanctuary. They don't know what makes Texas churches different. Here's why that matters more than you think. Number one, local knowledge protects what matters. Church insurance isn't just about steeples and sanctuaries. It's about the mission inside them. Here in Texas, that could mean a cowboy church meeting in a barn, a summer VBS with 300 kids, or a wild game dinner with friars going full blast out back. If your agent doesn't understand those realities, they're guessing, and guesswork is the last thing you need when a tornado rips through town or someone trips during the chili cook-off. Number two is simple. Real conversations beat call center scripts. When we sit down with Texas church leaders, we don't just ask about square footage and staff size. We ask questions like, who's using your building during the week? Where's your youth group traveling for mission trips? How are your people serving the community? These aren't just boxes on a form. They're the heartbeat of your ministry. But an out-of-state call center won't know the right questions to ask because they don't understand how Texas churches live and breathe. And number three, the spirit of stewardship deserves real protection. Churches don't buy insurance just for buildings. They buy it to protect people, ministries, and their mission. Stewardship means making sure the dollars given by church members further the church's mission wisely. A cookie-cutter policy from someone who doesn't understand that difference can waste money and also leave major gaps in coverage. You don't want to find out that your out-of-state agent doesn't know what he's talking about when a tornado is bearing down on your city. Here's the truth. Slick websites and borrowed words can't replace local knowledge. Oscar Wilde once said, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. That's what you get with these copycats, mediocrity. But your church deserves more than that. You deserve real guidance from people who were born here, raised here, and serve here. If someone's quoting you from a state where barbecue means tri-tip and flip-flops pass as boots, maybe it's time to talk to someone who actually speaks Texan. At Insurance for Texans, we build policies that reflect your real-world ministry, not a national template. That's what true Texas church insurance is all about. Visit us at insurancefortexans.com to start a conversation with our church insurance agents. And for a deeper dive into why church insurance matters, grab a copy of my book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, protecting your church isn't just about policies. It's about preserving the ministry God has called you to lead.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.